Hello, and thanks for taking the time to click on this video. This video is about an experiment. In fact, it's the start of an experiment, so welcome to the Great Coaching Experiment. My name's Claire Walker. I'm a life coach and I have been for the last 12 years. And the nature of the experiment is this. Over the years, lots and lots of people have asked me, so what is coaching? What's it like? And I've given them various answers, most of which revolve around easiest to explain what coaching is if you actually have a session. And a lot of the time they do, but obviously sometimes people can't or aren't in a position to, don't have the time to have face-to-face sessions, any number of reasons. And yet people still want to know what coaching is about. So, given that YouTube is such a wonderful tool, I thought, what would it be like if people like yourself were able to experience just a little bit of coaching in videos like this? So the idea of this experiment is that I pose to you the kind of questions, the kind of scenarios that you would get in a coaching session that would be one-to-one, and you can answer for yourself in your own time and use the material in these videos really to make changes in your life and or to help other people do the same. And so that's the experiment. If that sounds interesting to you, please carry on with it with me. And before I begin, there's probably one more thing to say, and that is, or at least before we begin on the coaching process, that is, of course, the questions I'm going to ask, the stages we're going to go through are exactly those that you would have in any kind of coaching session. However, there is one big difference. I don't know you personally, so therefore these videos are only general in nature. Please treat them as entertainment that can help you make changes, but as entertainment, and take any kind of professional or specific advice that you need for your particular situation from a relevant professional. It could be any kind of advice right the way across the board, and as I say, because I don't know you, it's very important, even more important than it normally is in coaching, that you retain every scrap of responsibility for your situation whilst we go through these questions. Actually, responsibility for your situation is pretty important in all coaching, so I'm just underlining it in an extra way because, as I say, I don't know you personally, although I'm delighted to be able to be putting this across on video for you. So now to begin. It sounds very simple, but one of the most important things in coaching is that actually you make the time and the commitment for it. And what I mean by that is that you actually set aside sufficient time to listen to and watch these videos, to think about their contents, and then most importantly, once you've answered the questions as they apply for you, to actually put things into practice. Because without putting things into practice, no changes are going to occur in your life. I see a lot of people, and everybody's doing the very best they can, but for some people, because they're doing so much of their best all the time, they try to cram coaching into tiny corners of their lives. And they say things like, oh, I'm going to have to postpone for a few weeks because I've got XYZ coming up. It's completely understandable, and we all have busy lives. But by setting aside time just for coaching, just for you, and don't be fooled by the fact that this is on video and it's on YouTube and so forth, and that it's on a site for lots of people, it's still powerful, it still matters, it still works. Setting aside the time will work, not only because on a practical level you'll have the time to actually make changes, but also just by marking out space in your schedule to say, this time's for me, I'm going to consider coaching questions, I'm going to put things into practice. Just by making the time, you've made a kind of statement to the universe which says, I believe that it's important to make changes in my life, and I believe I'm worth taking the time to make changes in my life. So, as with most coaches, I also ask people to do homework in between sessions. Homework of the kind that will change your life and be fun and be done alongside everything else, but still something to go away and think about. So, your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is first of all, very simply, to make time in your schedule for these sessions, for watching these sessions on the video, thinking about them, answering the questions, and putting them into action. I'm not going to tell you how much time that should be because it all varies from person to person, but some regular amount of time that is just yours and is protected time. Go and find that time, and the next time we speak, we'll be on to the next question and the start of the coaching process proper. Many thanks, and see you again next time.